There we go. We're live.
Oh man, it's been a while, brother.
Oh, but hey, man, at least you're here, and that's awesome. So,
As they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Except
indeed,
except on Thursdays, because there's all kinds of stuff going on. Yo,
mm,
what's
mm.
happening, brother? What you got going on?
bruh, just working on finishing up these pages and working on the other script to give to Canaan. Man, we're way of the gun, man, trying to get the thing
Oh man,
finished up. So,
that's exciting, man. That's gonna be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
good.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for it, and I think uh, I think the people that have been patient and stuck with us, man, they're gonna get a treat, man. Because I think the way, well, I mean, you've seen a lot of the pages. You know the direction we're going in. So
Yeah. Well,
so yeah.
that's why I'm excited for it too, man. It's gonna just be really good stuff, and I think that's the most exciting part about all the stuff everyone's doing is we're just all creating great stuff that we all want to make, and as long as that's the case, it's gonna always be come from a good place in our heart, whatever for whatever we're trying to do. So
Oh yeah, no doubt.
yeah, that's super pumped up stuff right there. And the YouTube looks rough. What's going on? It's my fault.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
No,
Oh, no, it just kicked on. Okay, we're good. We're good.
no, because I can see. Yeah, I can see it on my. I was like, wait a minute, what's? I'm not sure what you're saying. And I was like, that's not good.
Well, I just clicked it
Uh-huh.
on. So yeah, I'm working on the artwork for my item for tonight's auctions. I was
Uh-huh.
able to kind of get started on something. I think it's cool. It's a little different than what I normally do, but I think it'll be good in the end. Be good in the end.
And I like the way you got the bazoombas on the black cat there, and
Dog,
I'm
they were
cool.
bigger before, but Andy was like, I think they were little too. I said, man, I've never heard that before in my life. So
Uh that's one thing, like with Kanan, I was like, I want my chicks to have, a nice healthy bosom.
mhm.
Don't do all this where you see they're actually going in and making the chicks, like flat chested or,
Yeah.
just covering them all up. Or what about that disgraceful thing that the Walmart people are doing where they're reprinting the old
Uh,
Turner stuff and recoloring it to cover. I was like, oh man, don't do stuff like that, man. That's
yeah.
oh
I mean,
man.
that is weird, man. It's almost like then what's the point? Why would you bring it into your store if you're going to be that sheepish about it? I mean, we're living in a weird time, man. We listen. It's the strangest thing. Uh, Sexuality is on the rise more than ever. Everybody seems to have watched some kind of nonsense in their life on on,
Mm.
on the interwebs, and all of a sudden, and they've been selling all kinds of uh, underwear and all kinds of stuff in the stores. All of a sudden, somebody sees a little bit of a G string or something and freaking out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is yeah. I don't know. I don't know if because yeah, brand is definitely going to be more adult themed. So
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
like I said, man, it's there's going to be enough of everything for everybody. So
Mm.
obviously we can finally get to a Tomo that's going to be more all ages, and that's fine.
Yay!
And then but everything else though, it's like, hey, there's going to be plenty of stuff to enjoy. But
Speaking of which, how
yeah,
how big would you say a Tomo would be? I'm
how
like, I
big?
mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, because are you wanting to do just like a 20? Because I know we've gone, 20. Because I don't know how big Doom Kicker is going to be.
Well, Doom Kicker, it's a little tricky. We've been planning for, well, obviously, Doom Kicker was written by Doug Tenaple. In case some of you don't know what I'm working on an Indiegogo project I'm sure most people know what I'm working
Mm.
on. And with Doug Tenaple, the creator of Earthworm Jim. I gotta learn how to pitch it like you do. I gotta come up with a good voice for all
My
this stuff.
people. Mm.
More people. So obviously part of his brand, he's got he kind of has a brand now, where he likes to do some extra, and so this kind of falls under that kind of thing. So he wants. I know a lot of people are doing 48 page books or whatever. That is kind of the plan for now, in case it doesn't actually fund enough to pay for that. So if it does fund well, we're looking at least 70. What is this? 40 after 48. It's what, 72.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm like, cause that's one thing I've noticed is I've been like on Print Ninja and stuff, looking at all the different, depending on what kind of card stock and all this you use, you just like, oh, you can do 40, 88, blah, blah, blah. You can do all that.
What do you
I
think?
have just, oh man, and I literally just got the new page of Brand from Kanan. I
Oh,
just got, oh, wait till you see this.
oh no.
I cannot wait to show it to you. I think I'll send it to you, DM, man. Oh my God, it looks incredible.
Uh-oh.
I was,
Astonishing, huh?
it's he's doing things, and
Nice.
it looks really good. So yeah,
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
man,
man.
it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. Yeah, we're definitely thinking about, like, I'm talking about Doom Kicker now. As far as Atomo is concerned, it kind of depends on what we want to kind of do with that. I don't know if there's enough story yet to tell that way, but I don't know if I told you this. I'm working on an idea to do Atomo as a mini manga story, a strip for a webtoons.
Oh,
So it's just going to be like the young adventures of him, treating it like that. So I can kind of start getting people. I don't know if it'll affect anything, beyond that, but if in case that crowd does seem to grow from there, it'll be a different crowd from a different spot, other than just Twitter and YouTube and stuff like that. So um, def really kind of thinking ahead about, okay, what if we can try to get some of these customers from other sections of the interwebs, maybe bring some of that Asian culture and community from webtoons over to this when we finally launch it.
yeah. I see people doing that webtoons thing, and some of them are just doing outstanding, and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
its own thing. I think a lot of people are, especially a lot of the Western culture, seems to dismiss it, but I got to be honest, man, that there's definitely a market out there for that sort of content. It's just different than the way we want to market it. Everyone on our side is always talking about traditional sales models, and I don't think it's that anymore. But that's something I'm willing to explore with my own concepts. I don't want to. I'm not going to be doing any digital stuff with Doom Kicker.
yeah,
Done.
I was like actually applauded that to actually see. That's the thing, man. As as we're getting into this, we're on the last 20 pages
Yeah.
of Brand,
Uh-huh.
and at least half of those will be physical pages, that we sold.
Right. Right.
So that's something. I think we sold 11 pages. So at least half of them will be traditional pages. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good, sequences coming up, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Kanan comes up with these last, because that's something over the last few days we've been talking about, as far as trying to figure out which pages, because I know I know he's got the little printer, like he's doing, like he showed me a couple of layouts, and then he's talking about he can like print the layouts out, and then he can just start doing his pencils on that, and then he can scan it back in and do digital inks.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not an artist, I don't understand how all that works, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
great. So
No, yeah, I'm talking about digital, like, publication and stuff like that. But there's
but
it's all
the
tied in.
many,
It's all tied.
yeah. That's why I was like, but the I've enjoyed watching you get your concept sketches and all that stuff for Doom Kicker, because not to me, I just like watching you draw. So
Right on, right on.
although there was one the other day, I guess you was on Doug's show, and looked like you were trying to do like a Mitch Brightweiser deal or something. I didn't know if
Yeah.
that was. I don't know what were you just playing around with. It looked like you were trying to do the little. I don't know Mitch's style. I don't understand. I'd love to talk to Mitch because I don't understand how he makes his stuff looks the way it does. Because I saw some of his old Captain America stuff and I thought it looked beautiful.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got a very loose technique where he applies the ink in a very gestural manner. I'll be honest with you. You know what that was for me was we've been really wrestling with how it is that we want to tackle. There's a couple of characters in the story that have a unique twist to them. I'm just adjusting my camera for the crowd here so you can see it's not as off as it looks. Anyway, and then we want to try to interpret it like it's something otherworldly. The problem has been that in the style that I've been doing, which is more like this style here, more ink, heavy inks, that concept is very challenging to communicate in this form in a consistent way. So I was doing a little sketching, and Doug caught a glimpse of what I was doing, just playing around with a pen tool or one of my many pens, and all of a sudden, man, it became like holy smack, like that. Doug loved it. So then all of a sudden now, and this has been one of the challenges I've had, working with Doug has been great, man. He's such a I've learned so much from him, from a directorial standpoint, art direction. It's really been an education for me. It's almost invaluable just hanging out and talking with him about some of this stuff. But I think something's very interesting has been happening. It's very interesting. Because he's not doing the art for this, he doesn't have to think about economy of time and line. So he's like, he tries to remember what it's like to do Bigfoot Bill. But he's like, I really think you should try this. And I keep trying to tell him, yeah, that's great, but we got to get this thing launched already. And I think he doesn't have to think about the art part of it as much. So he's a little freer in suggesting new techniques. The problem is I can do a lot of different styles and a lot of different techniques, but some of them are just different enough that I can't pull it all together perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I started. It was like about 3 years ago. I started following you on the gram, and I noticed you would just post different. It looked like you were like a chameleon. You could just flip so many different styles, and it was crazy. So I always thought that was dope, man. I was like, oh,
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not that I can't do the style. It's that there's I can illustrate most styles, but I can't do sequential art in every style. You know what I'm saying? It's a discipline. Even inking in one style and then all of a sudden saying, oh yeah, I'm going to flip it now and do a different style. That takes a certain level of discipline and like foresight that I don't play with often like that. So it's been, like I said, it's been great. I have nothing to complain about other than to say that it's just a challenge when, you're trying to come up with a new look and the way that you're handling it is so different. I even some of the stuff we've come up with when I first, in the original script, this is kind of a little insight for some of the people in the chat. Little you haven't heard this anywhere else but here. One of the characters was supposed to be like a werewolf, and that's how it was labeled in the script. I designed it like that, and then something changed. Like it was almost like, we've seen this before. What if we did something different? Which was great for the story, but hard on me as a product, developing the art, the concepts. So now I had to go back and reconfigure all of it. So it's been a lot of that kind of stuff where we're like, what about this? What about that? And it's happening all the way to the very last minute. But at some point, though, you kind of have to say, all right, this is cool, but we're gonna have to just go forward and just live with the choices we made, because if you keep doing that, you keep second guessing yourself, you'll never get a project finished. So this first version will look a certain way, and maybe I'll make some adjustments along the way for the next interpretation of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I suspect this is gonna be great though, because you'll have like how many total pages is Doug's script for, or are you gonna add pages to it or whatever? I
Well,
know he added pages to Bigfoot Bill.
well, that's what I was saying earlier. I think at first we're gonna depending on how it funds, I'm gonna shoot for 48, right? I'm gonna have a plan for 48, and then I'm gonna have a plan for 70. Is it 70, 72 pages?
Okay.
He wanted to go 96. I think that's too much for
Yeah,
me.
because he killed himself with the Bigfoot Bill thing though, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just like, yeah, but I mean, when it arrived though,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
did you get a copy? Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God! It just, whew, I was like, oh my God! It was.
I'll tell you what, I'm mad that I didn't get the sketchbook.
Yeah, and there was someone they was selling the sketchbook on eBay for like $100, and I almost bought it, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, because you heard what happened, right? He ended up having a challenge. He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't have enough.
He miscalculated, and it went south fast, man. And all of a sudden, there's books out there. Those things are rare now.
Yeah.
So they're actually.
I've got a digital copy of the sketchbook because he let me.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to send me one of those.
Yeah, he sent me a download link for the digital copy of the sketchbook. But
well, Andy got one. Andy got the sketchbook, and then he gets the he got the sketchbook, and then he's like, "I'm gonna sell." He was gonna give it to me, and he's like, "Yeah," because he thought I was gonna get one. I said, "Oh, if you don't get it, I'll give it to you." I said, "All right, cool." And he just thought it would be plenty. As soon as he found that out, it's like, "Oh, eBay." I said, "All right, then, that's cool."
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, them sketchbooks. I've seen a couple people throwing them up on eBay, and they like it's like throwing up gang signs up there, man. Them things is. I was like, oh man, but yeah,
but you know, he felt terrible, man. We had a lot of conversations behind when it was first happening. He was like, oh my god. It was like those kinds of discussions, and he just felt like he let so many people down, and that was not intentional at all. And so now but now we know. So now we got to keep track of that. This is what I keep telling people. This is the first wave of a lot of this for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's done other things with Kickstarters, but never at this scale, you know.
Well, the biggest, and that's one thing about having some of the private chats and stuff that have been set up. The biggest thing I learned, I have to say, would be from Mike, where he's saying, like, when you download that file to go into like ShipStation or whatever fulfillment thing you're going to use for your printing, that you need to go in and delete all your refunds. So it's I did not realize, that the system doesn't do that. With obviously we're not at that point yet, but that's something I'm definitely going to do now, because he's talking about that he ended up shipping, several refunded books out to people, so costing itself money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, he did over $100,000. So yeah, that would. And already looking at how expensive the shipping and all that.
That's what I was going to say. Shipping is a mint, bro. Grip. It's like he ended up, one of the things he shipped out, man, I don't remember exactly what I don't think it was the 2-book thing. It was just the 1 book to Australia. It was $66 to ship it out.
To ship the comic?
It was, I think it was the book. It had, multiple items, but I think it was the 2 books. It was $66 to Australia. So there's going to be a special tier just for Australia for me. I'm not even going to play, man. I can't afford that. Well, one of the things I'm thinking about doing to increase the size of my book, but to keep the story manageable for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all this art that I've been doing for the behind the scenes, the development stuff. Basically, instead of making a separate book, I'm planning on doing all that in the actual file. When people buy my book, it'll come with all the goodies. Because I was gonna do a separate sketchbook, and it does sound good, but the management of that is, for me, I'm just not capable of handling all that right now. I think that's too much. So that's kind of the plan for now. We'll see how it goes.
Can you draw like Peter Parker's face in between her boobies, like doing a blue? Can you do that? Because I think that would be great.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, blue.
Well, look, man, I'll tell you what. When I was a kid, I had a poster. I don't normally draw this type of stuff. I'm very wholesome. I'm just kidding. Well, try to be, but it doesn't work out. When I was a kid, I bought a Joe Jusko poster of Black Cat. That was in the back of my bedroom door. Oh man, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I remember he always depicted her this way, so I couldn't help it, man. I'm just paying an homage to one of my favorite artists. That's all.
I remember someone had redesigned her the Black Cat suit. Then I saw a different version of it, and I was like, "What is this, man? Trying to make her look less sexy or something?" And I was like, it was very irritating. I was like, I want that old Black Cat, that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason for that for me. Yeah. Critias says this ain't sexy party, Antonio.
Matter of fact, that's actually I gotta get the audio so I can put it up on iTunes and stuff. So
oh yeah.
I love that. I love that part. You just rip the audio and load it up, because you just like ripping MP3, so it doesn't take very much to rip it, and it's unlike video, it loads up real quick. I could probably load an episode up within like 10-15 minutes most time, depending on how long it is. I just get it right, upload it, boom, and then once I hit save, it goes everywhere. It goes to Google, it goes to iTunes, everywhere. It just syndicates just like that. And I was like, yeah, so that's as long as Anna is still enjoying, because it's just fun to get to talk to her every week. Like, so me and her, we've been friends for so long, so
that's cool.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, we used to play this game called Rage of Bahamut together. So that's what we were in. I was the clan leader, and she joined. Not that kind of clan. No,
okay,
different. And but yes, I was the clan leader, and she joined. The clan had been up for about maybe a year, and some people had quit, and I was trying to recruit some new members, and all of a sudden I got this message on my line, and I was like, "Hey, hit me up," and she sent me a message, and it was I didn't know, because like so many people were flaky with the game that they'd be like, "Oh, I can play, but I can't really play on." I can play like on the weekend sometimes, but I can't, this kind of thing. And I was just like, I noticed as we kept going along, people were getting married and stuff. And it's like, oh, I got to go out with my wife, man. So I know we got Holy Wars this weekend. It was irritating, but I was single, so it wasn't really a problem. I was single, so I was able to, make every war and all the little battles. And this one, someone would get, have the girl, oh man, I got to take, it's our anniversary, I got to take the missus out. I was like, dude, I ain't got time for that.
We're trying to win wars.
Yeah, it was just real irritating. But and then Anna, I don't know, she was just real sassy. That's one thing I always loved about her. But I liked her immediately, and we just seemed to click. So the few times that me and her have had horrible arguments, I always have to immediately go. I was like, hey, because she on my team, so I got to make sure me and her get along. And she was just like, I know you wanted to kill me, and I was like, her voice is, she always laugh because I tell her she sounds like Fran Drescher. But yeah, so it has been a thrill doing these episodes with her over the last few weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, and I think she was nervous at first, and now she's like, "Hey, they like me," and I was like, "Yeah, they do like you, so it's cool."
That's
And,
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, man. So keep
What was the
growing
game
it.
you were playing again?
Oh, it was a game called Rage of Bahamut, which they went out of business. But it was one of those things. It was one of those. It was on iPhone and it was on Android, and they were just the game. You could. I think I've started to notice that because in games like like Rage of Bahamut, rest in peace, and games like Clash of Clans that I was also playing, where they just start milking you for every single dollar. They start changing it because they had a economy in the game where you could farm for like gold and stuff like that, and then people started hustling. There were people making a living on the game. People would go and they would you'd battle some people, get their gold, and get enough gold where someone could like, hey, I need 100,000 gold. All right, well, if you give me like $20, I can get you 100,000 gold. And there were people who had like 9 million gold. They were farming gold like crazy,
Oh wow.
and you could pass characters off to people. Like you could build your character up, and then I would have to, I had great characters. I had a great deck because you would take these playing cards and then you would fuse them together and make the max form. I mean, it was so great. I would love. We've tried to find another game like that because we play Clash of Clans, and I actually backed out of Clash of Clans. It just seemed like Clash of Clans is about the money because other games. That's the unfortunate thing about when you have a game and it's successful.
Yeah.
The smaller companies come in and they copy everything you worked hard to build,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
it's cheaper and stuff like that. So it just they were like, hey, you may not like Clash, but try Battle Warriors. And you come in, it's like, oh, it's just like, because there a lot of the games that we started trying to play, they were just like Clan. Because I'm playing the Game of Thrones game. What's it called? Conquest, Game of Thrones Conquest, some. And I mean, it's directly licensed from HBO, so it has like the photos, and it plays a lot of the music and stuff from Game of Thrones. So it's cool. Go in there, like you're going out to like take your army to hunt or to battle another castle, and you're
Yeah.
hearing the music that you would hear like when Daenerys is on her dragons riding and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, that's directly from the game. It's like it's crazy because I get those little chills, man. So it's yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, Mayor McCheese, thanks for the super chat. More like Clash of Clowns.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, actually, I need to go. I haven't logged into my Clash of Clans castle in like at least 8 or 9 months. I need to go in and see because when you don't play, they just hit you like crazy because your resources and stuff still come in. And so they were like, "Oh, I need some elixir because I have regular elixir, and then you have the dark elixir that you use to make some of the more expensive creatures and stuff like that." So that stuff is, and I was like level 70 or something like that. So I was, I had a lot of the reservoir tanks and stuff like that. I don't know. I need it. And now when I logged in last year, they got it set up where they said, oh, there's a new island. So then you got a boat and then you can sail to the other island and stuff. And it was just, I was like, y'all just going back to get into my pockets again. That's what y'all were just setting everything. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I just, I don't
Did you
know.
get it? Did you get the
It's
boat?
just, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's like, well, they gave everybody the boat. They gave it to you because they have to
Oh,
hook you
okay.
in. They go, okay, it's free because they knew it was a new concept. So you have to sail to the other island, and then that's when they start getting in your pockets. They start setting everything up, and then if you want to
Gotcha.
speed this
Gotcha.
up I was like, oh, so it's like because there was so many people that I encountered that were like level 120 or something. They had so much stuff set up that they had once you get up to a certain level, if you're smart about it, you don't have to give them any more money because you're patient enough, or you've won enough of the free gold that they give out in game
Yeah.
that you have a nice little bank put back. And so It is a man in lunacy. Them titties, though. It's true. I love it. That's great. Oh man, but no, that's that I noticed they had so they have to they had to, I can just imagine they were doing like a little development meeting. Go, how can we get some of those older established players that that don't need to use our to buy gold from us and stuff like that.
Right.
How can we get them back into having to pay us again? And they go, well, why don't we start another island and have them have to start from scratch to rebuild? Because even though you're strong on the other place, you're rebuilding everything on the new place. So it was crazy. So yeah, like I said, I had to go back. I was building some stuff over on the other island, but I had to back up off of it, man, because I was like, y'all just in my pockets, man. That's all that is.
Yeah, I there's one game that I've played a lot of. It's called it's a survival game with gee, I can't even remember. It's on my phone, and I love it. It's a fantasy based game, and there's zombies you got to fight. You got to, but it's repetitive, and the only way to really level up is to pay the money. And
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, that's what they call it. They call it freemium. They call it it's called it's called it freemium because yeah, it's technically free, but if you actually want to do something, you got to pay.
yeah,
And in the Game of Thrones game, I was in the they have a world chat where everybody can like you can talk with everybody, right? So I'm in there and looking, I'm a new guy because I'm level 11 right now on Game of Thrones.
okay,
And there was some guys in there 20, 25 levels, level 40. They've been playing for it, so they've got dragons established. They got all the stuff from the game and stuff from the TV show. And dude was talking about he spent $50 a week on the game, and I said, "Shit."
wow,
I said $50 a week.
that's crazy.
I was like, man, that's like a heroin habit, man. I
Not
was
for
like,
nobody buying comics.
and
Spending
the
money
other
there.
because the dude was like, he's like, yeah, I spend because right now they're having a gold set. They were having some kind of dragon event, so they're like, hey, if you want to get in on it, we've got dragon packs and all this, and you can get you give them like $50 and they'll give you like 20,000 in gold or something, which
Wow.
is it's like almost double or whatever what the normal amount would be. And so people are like, yeah, I'll give them $50 right now but they trust me, it's a trap because they've got it set up so
Yeah,
that you can, that's how they get you.
that's
They're
how
one.
that's how it was on the Marvel game, that Marvel the fighting one where you go back.
Yeah.
Man, I got so mad. I was like, man, there's no way that I'm gonna get damn level 1 Colossus 15 times. But sure enough, it's
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that.
Because I play Marvel Puzzle Quest and I'm pretty high up in that game.
Right.
I must have I got about 70 characters, and most of them are maxed out fully. But they kept coming up with all these different. They go, okay, well, we got level 2, level 1, level 2, and level 3 characters, and level 3 was the max. That was the best. Then they said, okay, well we're everybody's getting maxed out on our level 3 characters, and they're not giving us money anymore. So then they came up with level 4 characters. And they said, okay, so now level 4, that's the highest you can get, and then they come up with legendary, which is level 5 characters.
Yeah,
So, and the thing that kind of ticks me off, I've noticed, is they started getting kind of repetitive because they send out surveys like every few months.
right.
Like you'll log in and they'll go, hey, will you take this survey for us? Let us know what you like about the game. And it really, really ticks me off because I'm telling them who we want. They're like, what characters that are not in the game would you like to see? And I was like, right now, I've got like 5 different Hulk characters because they gave us Gogurt Hulk. They gave us the Armadeus Cho Hulk.
Oh, really?
And I was like, God, man. Because I've got regular Hulk, and I've got Amadeus Cho Hulk, I've got Red Hulk, then they've got a level 5, a 5-star Hulk, which is I actually like the 5-star Hulk. It's actually Bruce Banner. And
Okay.
then as you match the green jewels, a counter will pop up on the screen, and then he'll turn into Hulk. And so yeah, so it's actually just Bruce Banner, but then he turns into the Hulk. And when he turns into Hulk, it's on and popping then. So I was like, and they got like about 4 different versions of Thor, and then they, including Lady Thor, they got the female Thor, and then they got a 2-star Thor, a 3-star Thor, and then they've got the Thor from Thor Ragnarok, where he's got the the short hair and all that, and then they've even got an Avenger. They just added a Hawkeye, the Ronin costume in there, and I was just like, yeah, but they just trying to get in people's pockets. That's all it is. So
yeah. I don't like that Ronin costume. I always thought that was dumb.
I liked it in the comic books, but
did you?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, don't judge me. Don't
It's okay. No. I'm curious.
Yeah, I thought, but they did some different things with, because they were trying to, like, who is Ronin, and they were like, it's Daredevil, it's this person, it's that person,
Yeah, I remember.
So, but yeah, man.
Stop it.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, man. It looks like the auctions are about to start.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
let's about this, man.
That looks like you about to get it popping for a few dollars, man.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I got this one, and I got this is my setup right now. I got her also. So I got a good little female assortment.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, Oh, so yeah, that was from the other night on the Vampirella thing, right? So
yeah, drawn and quartered. So yeah. I figured, let me just jump in here. Like I've been saying, I've been talking to a couple people behind the scenes. I'm probably not going to do drawn and quartered very often. I'm having issues with my sleep schedule, and it's just too late for me now. So we'll see. But
yeah,
tonight will be the one of the pieces. This will be one of the pieces I'll be entering in, and hopefully pay some bills, man, because I gotta get ready for this campaign.
I got you, man. Yeah, man.
The biz bomb.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Doom Kicker, man. So definitely gonna back that, and of course look forward to having you and Doug on, and we can sell a few books. But all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Head on over to the Blacklist Universe channel and watch the auction, because I'm definitely going to do that. I know Kanan's going to be on there, and of course Elliot will be on there as well. But and now this is when I get to do my thing. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel. Everywhere is at Akari Press. And if you type in AkariPress.com, it will take you directly to my Indiegogo campaign for my comic book series brand with the phenomenal Kanan White. We're on Teespring. We're on Amazon.com. The links to those are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Woo!
We're out.
We're out. Later.